Dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about the requirements, what is a requirement and types of requirements, user requirement and system requirements. So first let us discuss what exactly the requirement. A requirement means it is a user needs. User means one who use the system. User can also be referred as customer, you can call it as customer, you can call it as stakeholders. So totally requirement is user or customer or stakeholder needs. It can be a need of anyone. Stakeholder means if anyone who have direct or indirect influence on the system. If anyone have a direct or indirect relationship with the system, those are called as stakeholders. Suppose if you consider college as an example, college has many stakeholders: students, parents, faculties, in faculty, in, teaching staff, non-teaching staff, and college development committee. See, you can see many kind of stakeholders. Stakeholder means one who have a direct or indirect relationship with the system. So completely requirement is a need. It is a need. So need of what? So it is a need of it may be a need of user, customer, or stakeholder. Let us discuss one example. Suppose if you want to stitch a cloth, whom you will contact? You will contact the tailor. So consider tailor as a software engineer, and you are the customer or client or user. So what you will do? First you will tell the requirements. First you will tell your requirements to the tailor. So you will tell your requirements, your needs to the tailor. So I mean to say requirement can be dimension, measurements, and style of stitch. It can be anything. So based on your requirements, tailor stitch the cloth. So this is the same thing happens in software engineering. So requirement is very essential component in software engineering process. So requirements, the word requirement describe what, not how. That means it describes what system will do, what software system will do. It doesn't describe how it can be done. It doesn't describe how it can be done. It describes what software system will do. So at the end of the requirement phase, it produces one large document written in natural language, so contains a description of what the system will do without describing how it will do it. So this is we simply call it as a SRS, software requirements specification. The document name is software requirement specification. We popularly call it as SRS document. So requirement phase produces a document. The document name is SRS, software requirement specification document. Next, user and system requirements. So user requirements are, as its name implies, user requirements are written for the users and include functional and non-functional requirement. User requirements means customer requirements, stakeholders requirements. Suppose if you want to build a house, obviously we contact the architect or engineer. So you will tell your requirements. That is user requirements. What are the requirements? You will tell your requirements. How your house should look like. Two bedrooms, one kitchen, hall, etc. etc. And design also. How your house should look like. So that is what user requirement. Based on your requirements, the engineer will construct the house. So these are the examples for the user requirements. So user requirements are written for the user, particularly for users, and it can include functional and non-functional requirements. So what is functional? Functional means what I told now. So non-functional means quality features. Quality features. Sometimes you tell to the engineer about the quality of the house, what materials should be used, and uh, and you will tell all the features, quality related, and what materials should be used, etc. etc. This is a non-functional requirement. Functional means exactly the features. Non-functional means quality related features. System requirements are derived from the user requirements. So system requirement, it can be a software related requirements or hardware related requirements. Obviously, uh, after building the software product, obviously that software product needs some softwares, and obviously it depends on hardwares also. So system requirements means it can be either software related requirements and hardware related requirements. The user and the system requirements are the parts of the software requirements and specification document. Obviously, everything should be clearly defined in the SRS document. SRS is a completely a requirements document. It should have everything about the software system. Means user requirements, system requirements, in user requirements, functional related requirements, and non-functional requirements. So everything. So SRS is a completely is a it's a requirements document. It should have all these requirements. Types of requirements: functional and non-functional. As I told earlier, requirements can be broadly classified into two types. One is functional and non-functional. Functional requirements are also called as product features, what system will do, and non-functional are called as quality related or performance related requirements. Types of requirements: functional requirements describe what the software has to do, what the software has to do. They are often called product features. Non-functional requirements are mostly quality requirements that stipulate how well the software does what it has to do. So in quality related, some requirements are related to user, and some non-functional requirements are related to the developers. So availability, reliability, usability, flexibility, these are all for users. Maintainability, portability, testability, these are all for the developers. Obviously, usability. Yes, software product should be in a usable form. That should have usability nature. So easy to use, easy to understand. Uh, that software should have. And reliability, obviously that software product should be available, because user is completely dependent on software system. So obviously the software product should be available, that should be available to the users. For develop in the context of developers, maintainability, obviously software product, that should be easy to maintain, um, easy to manage for developers. If anything developer wants to add new features later, so the software system should allow the developers to add a new features. It should have a maintainability feature. And portability means changing the domain. uh, so moving the changing the platform of the platform. That means platform means operating system. Changing the domain, the software system, uh, that should be a portability, that should have a portability nature, because in reality we need to change the whatever platforms. So that's why testability, it should be a testable, and it should be a verifiable also. So this is the concept of requirements and types of requirements. Thank you.